Right, so for this tutorial we're going to have a look at how to make a shin guard or shin pad for sports players. The first thing that we're going to do is open up a new design, and unlike the cast tutorial where we inserted a canvas in the background, although we can do this, this time we're going to look for an STL of a human leg. So we're going to go onto the internet. I'm going to do a quick search on Google, and you'll find a wide range of solutions that will come up. And the one that I've gone for is on the free 3D website. And you download the STL of the leg and make sure that if it comes in a zip file, that you then extract that file and save it somewhere in your documents. So when we go back onto Fusion, we're going to insert a mesh. And we're going to go onto our computer and we're going to find the leg file and open it up. So you'll see that the 3D model of the leg has come in. And we press OK. Now, again, it may well need resizing, so we don't know how big this is that has come in, but we can go on to Inspect, Measure, and we can choose a point maybe just under the kneecap to the base of the foot. And we can see that it is 48 millimeters. Now, I think after measuring, you probably, when you insert this file, you need to bring it in centimeters. So if I want to scale this up, I'm just going to press close. I'm going to take the model and I'm going to modify and I'm going to scale it up by 10. So now if I zoom out, I've got the leg to a more appropriate size. Now the next stage is for me to go into the Create Form area, and during the cast tutorial we were using a cylinder. This time we're going to use a plane. So we're going to choose the front work plane, switch to our front view, zoom in to an appropriate place, and then it basically constructs it as a center rectangle, so dragging it from the center. So I start by creating however big I want the shin pad to be, and we can at this point as well choose to have more faces in our plane. Now I'm going to press OK, and as before I'll just run through that you can select an edge or double tap on it to get the full line, or you can select one of the intersections, or if you can select a face, hold shift to select multiple faces, or you can double click to select the whole item. Now I'm going to select the whole item at the moment because what I want to do, if you look from the side here, it's quite straight on because it was flat against the work plane. So I'm going to press M as a shortcut to move, and I'm going to go to a side view. I'm just going to use my pan to bring it to the center of the screen, and I'm going to drop the pan tool and I'm just going to tilt what will be our starting point for our shin pad. I'm going to tilt it by 7, I think. Now I can also move it a little bit closer if I want to, and then I can press enter. So we've now got the starting plane at the correct angle for the shin and a little bit closer to the shin. So the next stage is going to be to start editing the form. So if you have followed the cast tutorial, then you may well be able to crack on with this, but if not, what we do is we select one of the edges or a line, and we're going to right click and edit the form. Now, as explained in the past, if you leave the edit form box open as long as possible, you can keep switching between the edges and surfaces, and you can just keep working, sculpting the plane. So I'm going to go to a side view, and I haven't got my mouse with me, so I'm using a trackpad, which is a little bit more awkward to move around. But I'm going to drag the first side around. Now you can see that where it interferes with the body, you might want to just keep turning and playing around with the positioning. When I'm happy with that side, I'm going to do the same. Now there are ways that you can select the central line, and whatever changes you make on the right hand side, for example, you can mirror it so that it will do the same on the left. Now, I'm not going to do that on this occasion, but I'm just going to go for a kind of free-form modeling. So I'm going to move this one out as well, just so it's clear of the leg. And then I can always take a particular one and move it back in again, just so that it maps the shape of the leg a little bit neater. Now, with any of these edit form tasks, I'll keep referring to them as sculpting tasks, but with any of these, the longer you take on it, the more precise you will be, the happier you will be with your model. And it is worth checking it from a number of views, just so that you can make sure you're not interfering with the model, with the sort of body of the leg. Now, when we're at a point where we're happy, and I'm just going to pull this one in just a touch more, about there. So when we're happy, we can press OK, and we can just give it a final inspection just to make sure that we're not interfering with the model of the leg. And when I'm happy, I can press Finish Form, and it will take us back into our normal designing area. But the form comes through as kind of like a skin or a very thin sheet. So you have to select it and go to Create and Thicken, and you want to thicken outside the leg. So I'm just going to go for maybe -2. Press Enter. So we've got our kind of main plate of the shin pad, and what we need to now start doing is using the modify area to give it some shape.